Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you enjoyed today's racing and you're looking forward to the racing that's taking place out at the Vaal. Just to let you know that the kid tipped his bar pot on Sunday, returned 6 grand. He caught it 4 times, so that was fantastic tipping on a very tough card. I'm going to hand you over to the postman that's going to be tipping out at the Vaal. So here's the postman.
Yeah, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, no matter where in the world you guys are. And I hope everything is going well. Racing comes to us on Tuesday, the 15th of November, and we're on the Vaal Classic. Before we get into the selections there, the kid had a great day on Sunday, Greyville. I know he tipped the bipot 4 times and paid 1600 Rand times 4, something like that. So very, very nice. I think we made a profit there of 6,000 Rand. So that was great. Guys, as I said, Vaal Classic on Tuesday the 15th. 8 races carded. This is for the work riders. 2 words. Stay out. Another 2 words. If you don't want to, play small. Let's get into these selections, guys. And when we go through my selections, we will see that I have gone very, very light in several legs. Have a look. Use my selections as a guideline. And please, guys, feel free to add your selections in. So we move on to the first race on the card. This is the first leg of the bipot. It's a work riders maiden plate for the girls. And this is due off at 12:35. Guys, besides it being work riders, some very, very, very weak maiden fields, with all due respect to everybody. As I said, please, guys, my advice, stay out or play very, very small. Right, if you're getting involved in the bipot, my first selection in the first race, and this would be horse number 6. Count your chances. Trent Mayhew gets a ride here for Heather Adamson. This had 1 average run over this course and distance. Did have excuses, finishing over 5.5 lengths behind the winner, and at a decent price, maybe good enough to win this one, and maybe good enough to run a drum. Must go into the bipot. For second, guys, gone for 8. This is Mia Regina. Again, this one has had 2 fair runs in Cape Town. First run in the province for the Crawford Yard. Is coming back from a 38-week layoff. If this one was all fit and well, I would say to you, banker this one. But again, we're taking fitness on trust, and must be included in all exotics. For third, we've gone for the 4 Inventrix, Jogan Guiza for Fani Broncos. Last time out was a decent effort behind Miss Browning, finishing 1 just over length behind Miss Browning. Again, this is coming back from a 19-week rest, and again, may need the outing. That's why I've included this one in the bipot as well. For fourth, I've gone for the first timer, Pomp and Queen, Sam Messiah for the Neverhaven Yard, and this daughter of Pomodoro. I don't mind the breeding on this one, and we're throwing in all 4 selections. So we've gone 6, 8, 4, and 9. Guys, there are first timers in this race. Please watch the betting on them, watch them going down, and if there's a support for any of them and it looks well, throw them into your bipots. Second race on the card, this is due off at 13:10. Another maiden plate over 1,000 meters, and this will be the first leg of your place accumulator. In the second event, we find a value bet, and this is horse number 10, Fly Isabella Fly. This is Marcel Pillay for the Johan Janse van Vieren yard. has had one run, finishing second on that occasion to Tsar Bomber. Was running on. Guys, I honestly don't know this Marcel Pelé, and I'm selecting this one based on the fact that Marcel can ride and will give the horse a decent run. So I think 5-2 is a decent value, and this is the first of our value bets. And after this, I think it's almost impossible. For second, I have gone for the 9, Southern Style, Kelsey and Mayhew for Ashley Fortune. Maybe one should throw this one in as well. I know Kelsey has ridden for the yard and won. This is reverting back to the 1,000 meters. Maybe good enough to run into the money. For third, we've gone for the 8. This is Mandalay. This is from the Shayla Nadu yard. 2 fair efforts and work riders races. And again, good enough to fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. And for fourth, we've gone for horse number 4, Fiddle on the Cliffs, Thomas Ngume for St. John Grey. I'm looking at its first effort, under 4.5 lengths behind the winner. Did lose 2 lengths on that day, was running on, and again, maybe good enough to fill in the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 2, we've gone 10, 9, 8, and 4. Move on to the third race, guys. This is the first leg of the pick 6. And the third race is due off at 13.50. And this is another maiden over 1,200 meters. And in the third race, my first selection here is horse number 3, Lover's Lane. Again, I've gone for Marcel Pelé, and again for the Van Vuren yard. Last time out, I'm putting a line through that. I think it's a lot better than that effort. The time before that was in a feature race to Unzen. Time before that, very, very good second behind Boisterous. Has got some decent form, and I certainly think that this one will go very, very close. For second, I've gone for 4, What Say You? The jockey has not been declared. This is from the St. John Grey yard. And again, certainly for larger perms, throw this one in. For third, we've gone for the first timer here. And this is Sriracha. Again, they have not given me the jockey for this one, but this is from the David Newverhazen yard. And this Daughter of Quarari, I think, doesn't have to be too great to win this one. And certainly, if you're taking swingers and trifectas, throw this one in. For fourth, guys, we've gone for horse number 1, Give Me Royalty. This one's had many chances, again from the Shayla Nadu yard. Good enough for back ends of trifectas and quartets. So the third race, we've gone 3, 4, 10, 1. If you're taking pick 6s, maybe 3 and 4 will get you through. We move on to the fourth race on the card. This is the first leg of the first jackpot, due off at 14.25. Another maiden plate for the girls, this time to be run over 1,700 meters. And in the fourth race, my first selection here is horse number 4, Sassy. This is Anati Feni for the Fani Broncos yard. Again, last 2 starts have been good, has not been far off the winner. And again, should certainly be there when the whips are cracking. For second, I've gone for horse number 3. This is Silk Garden, Chama Mabaya for Bridget Stidolf. 4th out of 8 last time, 5 lengths behind the winner. And this field must be in with a small chance. And this is the trainer's only runner. So please just take note of that. For third, I've gone for a nice Raffia, horse number 6. This is Haley's Promise. Waiting from Starden. Gets the ride here for Ashley Fortune. Last time out, let the side down against Bonetta. The time before that, finished 5 lengths to Eastern World. And I'm hoping for a repeat of that run. If so, it can certainly finish in the money. For fourth, guys, I have gone for horse number 11, and this is Broadland's Joe Gingwiza for the Terry Yard. Has had one run, finishing fifth, 6.5 lengths behind the winner. This one is drawn very, very wide, but certainly has scope for improvement. Very, very tough race. If we are playing, for me, this is a field race. So race 4, 4, 3, 6, and 11. Move on to the fifth race. This will be the first leg of the second jackpot, due off at 14.55. And this is another maiden plate over 1,700 meters. And in the fifth race, my first selection here is horse number 5, Future Pearl. Joe Gingwiza for the Terry Yard. Second run after a rest. They've thrown blinkers on this one. And I do think that this is the horse to beat. Last time out, just over 2 3/4 lengths behind King of Rome. I think this will jump. Nicely drawn at 4. I think Joe will sit handy and will certainly go very, very close. For second, I've gone for horse number 11, Rosie Lemon. Chama Mabaya gets a ride there for Fani Broncos. Again, fair effort last time out, was staying on, finished 3 3/4 lengths behind the Macro Blossom. This is a filly, is getting her allowance, but can certainly make the boys pick up their feet. For third, we've gone for horse number 6, Break Point. Sam Messiah for David Niverhazen. Last run in the feature race, I'm putting a line through that. In this field, can certainly finish in the money. And we've got that to run third. For fourth, guys, I've gone for horse number 2, Big 5. Impulokele gets him out here for Quibus Roo. Has got some fair form. Is inclined to lose ground at the start, so one cannot have a bet with any confidence, but good enough to run into the money. So race 5, we've gone 5, 11, 6, 2. Smaller punters, 5 and 11. Larger punters, put all 4 selections in. We'll move on to the 6th race on the card. And the 6th race is due off at 15.25. Another maiden plate over 2,400 meters. And in this event, we find the shortest price horse on the card. This is horse number 4, Prime Example. I think currently around about 3 to 10. Sam Messiah for the Fortune Yard. I don't see this one getting beat. You can't have a touch at 3 to 10. If you are taking exotics, take a chance and banker this one and maybe load up elsewhere. So I think Prime Example is the banker of the day. For second, I've thrown in horse number 7. This is Ballycotton, Joe Gingwiza for Fani Broncos. I'd certainly think of the rest. This one will be there and thereabouts, and maybe good enough for exactors. For third, gone for Ruffy here, horse number 8, Countess of Peace. Waiting from Staden for the Mowing Yard. Nicely drawn at 4. Gets blinkers, or the blinkers remain fitted. The light mass of 53 will certainly help. And in this field, something has to run third or fourth, and 8 has got just as much chance as everything else. Then for fourth, we've gone for the 5, the Merciful. Paulus Javer gets a ride for the Tyrone Zaki Yard. We go back and look 3 runs back. This ran third with Nea Quali aboard over 1,800 meters. Was running on last 2 runs. Never showed, but there has been glimmers of hope, and 1 or 2 runs may be good enough to run a place. So race 6, 4, 7, 8, and 5. I do think the exacta will be 4 from 7, and I think 4 would be a banker in all exotics. Move on to race number 7, guys. And the 7th race is due off at 15.55, another maiden plate over 1,450 meters. And in the 7th race, my first selection here would be the first timer. And this is horse number 8, Pembroke. And this is Jogan Guiza for the Cockyard. I don't think you have to be too good to win this race. And I certainly think that this first timer must be included in everything. For second, guys, I've gone for horse number 2, Carnello. This is from the Shada Nada yard. 2 decent efforts last time out. Joe rode this one in a work riders, was running on, but I think Joe would have had the choice of rides, and he's gone for our first selection. For third, I've thrown in horse number 10, and this is Lorna Lily Samosaya for the Huda Larkus yard. Had excuses last time out, cast a shoe. That was the second outing. The first outing was an average effort, finishing 8.5 lengths. Was handy on that occasion and stayed on. And in this field, certainly good enough to run into the back end of trifectas and quartets. For fourth, we've gone for horse number 1. This is Robert Burns. Chama Mabaya gets the ride here for the Crawford yard. Last time out in Cape Town 11 weeks ago, was steadied out of the race, put a line through that, has got some fair form prior to that, and again, for larger perms, throw this one into everything. So the race 7, I've gone 8 to 10 and 1, and I do think that the first timer does not have to be too great to win this race, and I've given that as value around about 6 to 1. Move on to the lucky last, guys. Due off at 16.25, another maiden plate for the girls over 1,450 meters. And my first selection here is horse number 4, Memorial Day. This is from the Stevie Moffat yard. Last time out, I'm putting a line through that. Horse choked up. But prior to that has got some fair form. Second to Eastern World, touched off. Time before that second to Give Me a Flame. If this one reproduces those 2 runs, we'll go very, very close. For second, guys, I've gone for horse number 6. This is from the Corrie Lensley yard. Impilokele gets the ride. Last year efforts have been fair, just over 5 lengths on both occasions. Is dropping in trip. If this one settles, must go close and must be included in all exotics. For third, guys, we've gone for horse number 13, Nyali Beach. Mr. Fenny gets a ride here for Mike de Kock. Last time out was a beaten favorite, finishing 3 lengths behind Bird in Space. Coming back from an 18-week layoff. Again, if this one is fit, must go close. Certainly has scope for improvement. And then for fourth, we've gone for the other de Kock inmate. This is number 11, Last Wild One, Chama Mabaya for Mike de Kock. Again, 2 fair efforts and is dropping in trip. If making natural improvement is an inclusion. If you're taking pick sixes, I certainly put all 4 selections in. As I said, guys, there are a lot of first timers. Every race is a maiden. Some really, really battling sorts. The ready-made banker will probably be in horse 4 in race number 6. I don't like playing the work riders, especially when they're riding some average sorts. Just be careful, guys. Take it easy. Look after yourself. Stevie, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. We really appreciate that. I see you've tipped our 8-race program and your normal bar pot PA and your 2 jackpots. Please, Lord, let us continue with our little nice run that we're having for our subscribers, and hopefully we can keep delivering. So, guys, all in all, enjoy your racing, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.